Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Ray40 here, NHL here, and welcome to a very different video. Today in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my NHL 2016-2017 playoff predictions. So yeah, let's hop into it. I just wanted to point out I'm a horrible artist, so I'm sorry for the Stanley Cup. I know, it's horrible. Okay, so I really put like CB and NP, like just their the name of their town and the name of their team. So this is I know I could also get messed up with Columbus Blue Jackets, but they will not be playing in the finals against each other. Spoiler alert. So yeah, this is Chicago Blackhawks and Nashville Predators. Who I think is going to win that matchup is probably going to be the Chicago Blackhawks. So CB moves on. I really want Nashville to win. As you can see here on my computer, they lead 2-0. So that's good. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna do this because I'm probably gonna get confused. So I'm gonna put the L there for Chicago Blackhawks, and I did it for Columbus Blue Jackets. So now we have Minnesota Wild against St. Louis Blues. I think that the Blues are probably going to move on. I'm rooting for the Blues in this series. So we're putting St. Louis. Screwed up. Okay, there's St. Louis. Now we have the Anaheim Ducks and the Calgary Flames. I think Anaheim is going to run away with this one. They're just a more experienced team, and Calgary is really trailing behind them. So, as much as I hate to say it, I think that the Anaheim Ducks are going to knock these guys out of playoffs. So now, the Edmonton Oilers versus the San Jose Sharks. This is a good team versus a good team. These teams are pretty much some great teams, but you know, two of their best players in San Jose are not 100%. The Edmonton Oilers, I do have a liking for them. I do cheer for them. But, you know, we're leading 2-1 in this series. I'm giving it to the Edmonton Oilers. That was a big skid if you heard that. And, yep, San Jose is knocked out. Okay, now moving on, we got Montreal Canadiens versus the New York Rangers. This really looks like McDonald's, but yeah, okay. And this looks like not rated. But, so yeah, here we go. What we're going to put for this one is I think it's going to get pushed into Game 7. But since Montreal is winning, I think Montreal will run away with this one. Okay, just because of Carey Price. And I think Montreal is just way more experienced than these guys. So, yeah, now we have the Ottawa Senators and the Boston Bruins. Now, I think that the Boston Bruins definitely have the upper handle. But, you know, the Senators, they're fighting back big. I'm giving this one to the Ottawa Senators. You know Tuukka Rask, but Tuukka Rask is getting old. We got Craig Anderson on the other side. And, yeah, so I'll give that one to Ottawa. Now, for the Washington Capitals versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. The series is tied, I believe. Yes, the series is tied. I think that even though Toronto has been giving a great push, I'm giving this one to the Washington Capitals because they have been a great team so far. Okay, now we got the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Two of the best teams in the league, but you know, Columbus just hasn't been showing them their A game. And I thought the Pittsburgh was going to win, so putting down Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay, now on to the second round, starting with the Western again. It's Columbus versus St. Louis. So, I mean, Chicago versus St. Louis. I'm going to give this one to Chicago. I just think that they're a really experienced team, and they should win. So I'm just going to put CB because Columbus is already out. Yeah, so now we're going Edmonton versus the Edmonton. We're going Anaheim versus the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers did win in the regular season series, which was 3-2. So I'm going to give the Edmonton Oilers the upper hand. John Gibson has been playing very well in net, but not as well as Cam Talbot. 2 shutouts in a row, and Zach Kassian, the Assassin, is coming up big. Edmonton is moving on. Now, this is a big matchup here. I haven't really thought of this a lot, but we have a huge rivalry here, dating back to the original 6 teams. Montreal Canadiens versus the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa has proved to be a great team, but unless we see some sort of miracle, I think Montreal is going to move on. Now, the Washington Capitals and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Who do I think is going to win that matchup? Well, let me give you some reasoning here. Braden Holtby is an absolutely amazing goaltender, and Marc-Andre Fleury is too. However, I think that it really depends on how many penalties the Pittsburgh Penguins take, because every time that you take a penalty against Alex Ovechkin, it's almost guaranteed into the back of the net. So I think this one's going to go into Game 7, but at the end, Washington is going to win. There you go. And now, Chicago versus the Edmonton Oilers. Who do I think is going to win this matchup? Well, I'm definitely rooting for the Edmonton Oilers here. And I think that this is definitely going to Game 7. And, this is the old dynasty versus the next dynasty. In 5 years, Edmonton is winning all the way, but it hasn't been 5 years yet. So I think Chicago is moving on to the Stanley Cup Final. I'm really sorry, Edmonton. I'll be rooting for you, though. Okay, now we have Montreal, Washington. This is a super big matchup here. I cannot really think of who's going to win. I think this is going to go into Game 6 with the Montreal Canadiens running away with this one. I say this just because the Canadiens are really disciplined, and Carey Price really wants to get a cup. So he is going to step up he's going to become the clutchest goalie that there is, more clutch than Braden Holtby. Even though the Caps fans are going to be completely into this, I think Montreal's running away with it. Now, Montreal versus Chicago. This is a huge matchup. I don't think we've ever seen this matchup, but it's going to be huge. And even though I love Carey Price, Corey Crawford is probably going to stand this one out. I think he's going to be the better goaltender. I don't know, maybe I feel like there's going to be injuries here. Injuries maybe, and if somebody gets injured in one of these games, it's all over. My bracket changes completely. Like, let's say here, Drew Doughty gets injured. Edmonton is going on to the final right there. But, yeah, so Columbus, Montreal. This is a tough one. Chicago, Montreal, sorry. Now, I know the goaltending matters a lot, but Carey Price is not very far behind Braden Holtby, and I think that Montreal will probably be able to do this. They don't have P.K. Subban. They do have Shea Weber, however. Thomas Plekanec, Jeff Petrie, all these good guys. And Chicago, Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane. But you know what? Carey Price has been proved undefeated. Unstoppable against these guys. I am believing the Montreal Canadiens are going to win the Stanley Cup. And the winner is the Montreal Canadiens. Congratulations, you guys. Cup returns to Canada. Anyways, if you enjoyed, be sure to smash the like button. Tell me what I did wrong. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is 43 NHL, and I'm signing out. Peace out, guys. There you go. One last look. Get a snapshot, and we are done.